This right here is my zine. A zine being a mini magazine of my artwork, printed and binded together in a nice compact booklet form for easy consumption. It's something I've been meaning to make for a long time, but I never got around to it because I wasn't ready. But here it is in all its glory, and I want to show you how it actually came to be. So let's get started at the beginning. The idea of making an art collection had been at the back of my mind for a while, but choosing a theme was intimidating. I didn't want it to be too restricting, but having a broad theme was almost worse. I played around with terms like garden and space, but finally landed upon autumn as my favorite. It was perfectly open-ended, but enough of a motive to have a line of consistency running through each piece. I knew my artwork already favored warm color palettes, so it'd be easy to incorporate fall colors like reds, yellows, and browns. It was also the perfect timing since I could plan my release at the peak of autumn for maximum amounts of cozy. The next step was to plan out how I was going to make it. I already knew I'd be sending it to a printing company, so I was more focused on the sizing and binding of the booklets. Luckily, I already had a bunch of art books to look to for inspiration on what I wanted to do. In the end, I decided to start small. The book would be 7x9 folded and 14x9 when opened flat. And then we were on to the fun part, the part that I was actually looking forward to, drawing the art that would go into the book. I drew and I worked on it a bunch while streaming on Twitch. I was pretty terrible at explaining what exactly I was working on and why I was drawing cozy autumnal drawings when it was still very much summer outside. In the end, I opted to cop out and say that I'm working on a mega ultra secret project, and that seemed to work just fine. This was by far the most time-consuming part of the process, and before long, it really wasn't summer anymore, and it was nearing the due date that I had set for myself. Partway through working on the art, I realized I couldn't really tell what the demand of the zine was. Because it was still a hidden project, and it was completely different from all of my products in the past, which were mostly prints of characters that were already familiar to many people. But this was a collection of my own original work, so it wouldn't have the added bonus of people being interested just because they liked the characters. It was a little scary to think about, but I was confident enough in my art and ideas that I couldn't back out now. That's when I decided to do pre-orders. It worked out well with the timing. I would open them on Monday the 26th and run the pre-orders for a week until the end of the month. Of course, I also added bonus stuff as well for extra incentive, but also as a big thank you for the people that supported me with something so new and different. So that's what I did. A lot of you guys saw already on social media because I posted it much earlier today, but a lot of you still don't know. But you can see right over here that this is the promo and cover art for my very first zine. Yay! This is the special project that I have been working on, that I'm sure a bunch of you already guessed, to be honest. I announced the zine on stream and posted about it on Twitter and Instagram when the pre-orders were live, and after a week, it was time to order the books. Before committing to the full order, I requested a physical proof to be sent to me, and I'm glad that I did because the proof came in wrong, twice. So this is the first proof that I got, and you can see immediately that the page order is incorrect. So if you flip right to the center, there's just a blank page, and then this right here is supposed to be the very first page, this pattern page right here. So it's in the complete wrong order, where this is supposed to be a spread page, but obviously since they're in the incorrect order, just the legs are shown and the other half is not there. So obviously this is a no-go, so I sent them all the pages in the correct order so that it could be printed correctly. So this is the second proof that I got. This one is in the correct order, thankfully, and everything looked great for the beginning. The issue I had with this one is that if you look, and this happens in the latter half of the pages, it looks like everything printed with a shift. So you can see right over here, there's this sliver of color that's coming from a different illustration that is being shown on the wrong page. And that's because I think when everything printed, it shifted one way or another, maybe to the right or to the left, and it created this weird gap where it folded, but it didn't fold in the correct place. And it's pretty noticeable, especially when there's dark slivers like this in a light colored background, It's really not okay, but thankfully when I reached out to them, they were like, yeah, this is just a printing issue, we can have this solved and everything could be good. After discussing the final changes with the second proof, I approved the whole order and gathered the rest of the items I needed to send out the pre-orders. And after a little bit of time passed, my zines had arrived. Now it was time for the final piece of the puzzle, to ship out the zines to their happy homes. I took the next 2 days to pack everything. It took forever at first, but once I got into the rhythm of it, it was actually not too bad. By the end of it, I was surprised just how many I could pack in a few hours. And off they went! Hey guys, this is present day Sasha, the Sasha that has already sent out all of the pre-order zines and they're slowly arriving to everybody's house, which I'm super happy about. I just wanted to give a big thank you to everybody that watched this far. I know it's a little bit of a long video, so I appreciate it. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you learned from my mistakes. I definitely made quite a few, but that's what's fun about trying something new. Thank you so much. If you liked the content, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll make some more. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.